Let's get more on this now. We're joined by Ricardo Baretzky, a terrorism and security expert. Ricardo, you believe that the hunt for suspects and accomplices in this network is far from over. In fact, you have a name for this. You call it the iceberg theory.
Well, we have said from the beginning, 2 years ago, before this problem began, during our analytical reports, that the risk is very high. And we're not the only ones who say the risks were very high. What is important to understand is that we've seen escalation, we've seen a very definite escalation from terrorist attacks within the European Union. And the question now remains is, well, what is next? Where is it going to lead next? And the important part is here, and the danger here is that the authorities have to realize that the release of information is good, but at the same time, they have to be cautious how they release and what they do at this point in time to see what the next step will be.
Are you suggesting perhaps the Belgian authorities should not have provided the information and the confirmations that they just did?
I'm suggesting that prematurely releasing information coupled with potential speculation is a very dangerous thing, particularly during this time. We are dealing with terrorist organizations. We are not dealing with people selling candies in shops, and we've said this before. And therefore, the mentality is rather different. It's something that the law enforcement in Europe is only about to get used to.
Another question for you. Is it possible to wipe out this network? I mean, you say there are a lot more people than we actually have identified who are involved in this terror network. Is it possible to wipe it out, get to the root of it, and eliminate it? Or is that something that you think is beyond the reach of security forces in Europe?
I think with the correct measures and with the correct solutions, a lot can be done. One of the things we have said in the past is that we need to get all of Europe to share information intelligence. We have seen this already from the beginning. One of the purposes of the ECIPS establishment by decree was, in particular, to monitor the situation. The problem here is that few gets the message and few understands really what needs to be done. And one of the fundamental things that needs to be done at this point in time is to understand that not only law enforcement, but the police services in Europe needs to work as in one unit in order to combat this problem. And without doing that, we foresee many difficulties in the future.
All right, Ricardo Baretzky from Brussels, president of the European Centre for Information Policy and Security. Thank you very much for answering our questions here on France 24.